I am live. Yes, today we are going to be talking about faith and gratitude, and I'll be sharing one lesson from a hard season that later made sense because it's time to personalize these things. So, I feel like we need to start this moment with this session with a moment of stillness, a deep breath, because one moment, let me just share a live stream. Yeah, sharing it now. I feel like we need to take a deep breath because this week has been intense. At least, if not for you, hopefully, if not for you, at least I speak for myself, it has been an intense week because we had looked at several things. We had looked at burnout, guilt, and ambition, right? And this has required a very tough analysis on my part and probably on your part, okay? And probably on your part. So after this week, we need to pause and anchor our spirit, okay? We need to kind of like stop, take time to um, lift ourselves up, anchor our spirit. And I just want to start with the power of perspective, okay? Perspective is very powerful. Um, and I can understand the uncertainty. For so many people, they are uncertain on what they should do and what they shouldn't do. And the truth is, when you are born out, it's hard to feel grateful. Yes. But gratitude is a choice of perspective. Yes, it is a choice of perspective. When something happens to you, personally, I try not to focus on the negative because everything that has an upside has a downside, okay? But I do not focus on the negative. Instead, I focus on the positive because the positive is what will take me on to the next level. Okay. So I think the moment you recognize the power of perspective, then you would be able to be grateful because gratitude becomes a choice of perspective. And what I simply mean is if you're looking at things that happen to you from the bad side, you will be very you would not be able to be grateful. But if you look at it from a positive perspective, then you would then make that choice to express gratitude. So this is about recognizing the training that came from that tribulation, and that is why there is power in perspective. English people call it optimism and pessimism. Okay, optimism is someone who is always positive, and pessimism is someone who is always negative. So choose who you want to surround yourself with. But I would choose to be optimistic. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm very optimistic. And what you need to understand that everything that happens to you is not a waste. I'm a Christian, okay? And I believe very strongly in God. Whatever you believe in, there is no experience that has a waste. It's a waste. That is wasteful. That's one thing you need to understand. It is there is something to be learned from it. Yeah, there's something to be learned from it. So, every late night that you've probably put in, every complex problem you've tried to solve, every strategic pivot you were forced to make. Sometimes you do things because you have no option in that moment. Everything you were forced to make in your maybe your job or your title were skills and resilience being forged. Okay, because no matter how bad something is, there is always a glimmer of hope in it. There's a glimmer of hope. So it is these tools that you need to run a business or anything that you want to step into, right? These are the tools that you need to run your business and manage your time effectively. And that is why there is power in perspective. There is nothing that is ever a waste. There is no experience that is a waste, because God always uses things to train you and bring you to that place of knowledge that would help you, even when it feels like you're passing through fire. Okay, so remember this: God wastes nothing. Now, the personal lesson I'm going to talk about an experience personal to me. Okay, many of you may know or may not. I'm a mom of 2 children, and of course, as parents, we always want the best for them, right? And I really wanted my children to go to the best schools in the world. Oh, somebody has left a comment. Thank you, Christiana. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let me just respond to her. Thank you so much. Yes, that's my sister in my business. Yeah, so I'm just sharing a personal story. Every parent wants the best for their children. Every parent wants, you want your child or your children to just have a better life than you did. And for me, the goal at the time was to invest in them personally, invest in their education, because I'm a firm believer in education. No matter what, anything you do, education is important. It is important. There's nothing anybody can, I just feel that it has a role to play in your life. So don't skip it, right? So for me, it was about being strategic and positioning. Those are my 2 words. I like to be strategic and position myself for success, and I wanted to be strategic with with the decisions we made for my kids and position them for greater heights. And that meant that the choice of schools that they went to mattered to me. And by the time I looked at all the things that was required, oh my goodness, I was like, oh my gosh, wow, there's going to be a lot of hard work. But what did I do? Nothing but planning. I had to have a systemic plan to make sure that that goal that I wanted for them, they achieved them. And in that time that we were preparing, it did not look like as if there was anything going on. Honestly, it didn't look like as if something was happening. So we sent them to a great school. We spent a lot of time, I'm talking about my eldest now, I spent a lot of time on his extracurricular activities, because we wanted to prepare him for those places that we think that we wanted him to go to, that we felt that would help him, right? And this started from the moment he walked into school at reception. Yes, planning, because we already knew what we wanted, and we knew that to get to where we wanted, we needed to start early. And this experience has taught me systemic planning. Yes, it has taught me planning with systems, because that journey was hard, was tough, but it wasn't until 7 years later that it all came together. It all came together. But even when we were not seeing things, even when it felt like we were not seeing it, something was happening. Something was happening. Yes, we just didn't see it happen. It just felt like things were disjointed. It just felt, there are things like that. Even if in your other aspects of your life, you're just putting things, trying your best, you're doing everything you can, but it's not coming together. It just feels like, oh my God, when am I going to see the result? No. As long as you have a plan and you stick to it, yes, you will achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. I'm a living testimony. I am a living testimony because we set a goal and we worked on it. It wasn't easy. There were moments we were almost giving up, but we chose to continue. And when I tell you it all came together 7 years after, it was amazing. The results were amazing. I just don't want to come across as someone that's bragging, but the results, what we saw at the end, like it was just before the end, that was when everything added up. Everything added up, okay? Just before the end. So that discipline that I've learned through efforts, our faith, because at the end of the day, we prayed, we worked hard, we put in all the effort, the early mornings, the late evenings, as he was growing older, is the same system discipline that I'm now applying to my model, my digital business model. So for many of you that are watching me, you're thinking, these people, they're just talking, they're not doing anything. Well, what have they gotten out of it? He has a very interesting sense of humor. God has a very interesting sense of humor. If there is anything I've learned from my experience as a parent, consistency with discipline and systems with planning are the key to success in anything you want to do. Yes. And it is the same thing I'm applying to my business. Exactly. The discipline. So, my audience, that season when we were preparing my child was hard. It was not random, but it was the preparation. It was the preparation. We were preparing. So my history, my profession, just like that experience I've shared, your professional history, yes, you may think, oh, I've been working all this while and I don't think I should move. Sometimes that is your preparation. For some people, that professional history you have, it's your preparation for the next level. Yes, it is your preparation for the next level. So don't keep yourself in the box. Don't, because it's your greatest asset. You've learned a lot. You have all it takes to succeed. You may have worked for over 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. All that time is not a waste, is an asset that you can transfer to something else. Okay? It is your greatest asset. So I just want to encourage you to stop seeing your past struggles as mistakes. No, nothing is a mistake. Everything has a time and its purpose. Start seeing them as prerequisites. Start seeing them as this is something I need before I get there. This is X, I need X before I get to Y. And then Y, oh God. You may feel tired, you may feel exhausted, you may not know what it is that you are made for. But hopefully, this clarity session, this November that we are talking about clarity, you will be able to begin now to identify what you want to do. And you must leverage on that skills, that professional skills that you have acquired over the years. It is not a waste, it is preparation. It is preparation, okay? So, now, trusting that God wastes nothing means that you can step into anything you want to step into. Yes, trusting that God wastes nothing. It means that you can step into planning with purpose. Yes, there is no experience that is a waste. Oh, I've had a bad experience in the past. I've been scammed before. No, I'm sorry. But you can't sit down there. It was an experience. It was preparation for what is to come. It was preparation for what is to come. So please, it will be sorry, I'm so tired, but I must be here. I just have to keep up with this because I know that this is giving people value. Okay, it allows you to step into our week 2, where we are going to be planning with purpose and confidence. You are already trained, you know what to do. You just need the blueprints. You just need something to apply. Like, you need the blueprint to apply these skills to your own life goals. Yes, you've done it's enough of the 20 years that have gone, I've spent on my career. um it's enough in the sense that, okay, I have enough knowledge. I'm not asking you to stop your work today. I'm not asking you to stop working. No, please, that's not the goal. But the goal is to make sure that you, as much as you are working for someone and helping somebody to build their own empire, you are also building yours. It's very vital. You have to be building your own, because we are building wider now. The vertical climb is no longer, like, it is no longer sustainable. Okay, so all those times you've spent in your career, all those times you've spent, even if you've never worked in your life, but you've lived, you have experience, it is now time to apply those skills to your own life goals. So my question to you is, what are your life goals? And this is where you need the clarity. Okay, so next week we are going to be we're going to stop looking backwards and start building this blueprint. We begin with life as data, because our life experience is the data, is the evidence that we need to be able to design our future. And many people don't see it that way. Oh, I tried this time, XYZ happened. Write it down. Okay, what happened when I did this? What was the positive? What was the negative? What skill did I display? What skill could I have acquired to get a better outcome? See, this is evidence in front of you, but many people don't see it that way. They just see it as life. And if you're able to sit down and reflect and think about experiences that you've had that that has positive and even negative impact on you, you will be able to identify your strengths and weaknesses. And then you will be able to say, okay, I'd like to develop this part of my weak this part. Let me find something that can help me to develop it, because if I develop it, I will be able to achieve X of my life goals. Do you see? So your experience is data, is evidence already, right? So I just want you to take a moment to thank God, the universe, whoever you believe, yourself, for the toughest lesson that you have learned. And I would like you to share one word that describes what that lesson taught you. Yes, is it discipline? Is it resilience? Is it patience? Just let me know in the comment section. Now, if you are ready to turn these tough lessons into a successful blueprint for your own life goals and your own freedom, listen, my page is here. My website is there. If you wanted to explore, right? There's no commitment. There's no, there's nothing. It's gonna cost you nothing. My website is there. My number is on my page. I have all my details on the internet where you can reach me, and follow me, so that when I start my session, when I start my sessions, you get the notification, because we need to start planning for the future. Tomorrow, we're starting from tomorrow being Saturday, because listen, your life goals matter. You matter. You are valued. You are valuable. You have permission. You should give yourself permission to live. Give yourself permission to succeed. Okay? So thank you very much for your time, and see you tomorrow.